Yo, what's going on? Mike from Mike Talk Sports. An untalked about and an unspoken vital part of a football team is the backup quarterback. Of course, the backup quarterback is vital not only for the preparation aspect of football, but more importantly, if the starter goes out, it's that backup's time to shine. Let me tell you guys why I'm very nervous about the entire quarterback room for the New York Giants heading into the 2023 season, and more specifically, I'm very nervous about Tyrod Taylor being a backup quarterback in 2023. So first and foremost, the New York Giants only have 3 quarterbacks on the roster at the moment, which at a surface level is extremely abnormal and straight up weird. Most teams at this point in the season, you can look at every single roster for every single team. Most teams have at least 4 quarterbacks at this point in the offseason, if not 5. You don't want to overly rely on your backup quarterback or your starting quarterback to give all of the other players on their team the reps that they need. Not only that, but you don't want your starting or backup quarterback to get a significant amount of the preseason reps. You want both of those guys to stay healthy going into the season. So looking at the Giants quarterback room though, number 1, you have Tommy DeVito. I don't know much about him. He's a rookie coming out of Illinois. Again, don't know much about him. So I'm going to be speaking on Tyrod Taylor and Daniel Jones and why I think this could spell for a potential disastrous quarterback situation at some point in the Giants season. You have Tyrod Taylor as a backup quarterback, which to me is straight up irresponsible to have a quarterback with this injury history to be a backup quarterback in the NFL at this point. In my opinion, you need to sacrifice a little bit of skill and talent for durability with your backup quarterback, and that's just not something Tyrod Taylor, a 34-year-old Tyrod Taylor at the beginning of the season, is going to have for your football team. In his 12-year career, Tyrod Taylor has had 12 injuries, so basically 1 per year. What really makes me nervous, he's had 4 concussions since 2018. Tyrod Taylor has barely played since 2018, and he's had 4 concussions in that time period. He actually had a concussion last year in very limited playing time that he had last year. In fact, last year was the only year of Daniel Jones' career where he played every single game. And even in the limited time that Daniel Jones missed, Tyrod Taylor managed to get a pretty significant concussion. Other than the really bad concussion issues that's really plagued Tyrod Taylor's career as a backup quarterback, he's had 2 hand injuries, 2 pretty significant knee injuries. Of course, he had that really weird situation with his punctured lungs on the Chargers. That was really unfortunate, but he also had broken ribs, which is why that entire punctured lung situation even ended up happening. And to me, Tyrod Taylor, outside of the injuries, he's a guy who never had a crazy amount of physical talent in terms of his arm talent coming out of the NFL. And now that he's 34 years old, he's not going to be able to rely on that athletic profile that he did possess earlier in his career. And to me, his athletic profile in his play has just fallen off a ceiling as of late. To me, Tyrod Taylor has not been a good backup quarterback since 2017. So let me read you guys off some stats. From 2018 to 2022, he's had 10 starts in that time period, and he's 4-5-1 in those 10 starts, which is honestly pretty good for a backup quarterback. But looking at some of his stats, he's had a 57% completion percentage in that time, which is really bad. He's had 9 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, which again is not good. 75 yards a game. Now, that number is a little bit skewed because that yards per game average is a minimum of 2 quarters played. So he's had a lot of times where he's just played a half and not had a lot of yards. But nonetheless, Tyrod Taylor really has not gotten it going as a backup quarterback really since 2017. So for the Giants to rely on him, not only do I not think he's good anymore, but more importantly, he's not going to stay healthy for a consistent amount of time. Now, you guys might be saying in the comment section below, hey, Mike from Mike Talk Sports, why does it matter how good the Giants quarterback room is besides Daniel Jones? Daniel Jones is the starter, and Daniel Jones was healthy last season. He played every single game last season. That's what makes me really nervous. Daniel Jones was very, very lucky and fortunate with his injuries last season. Outside of last year, he hasn't played a full season in any other year of his career, and he's consistently been injured in his NFL career thus far outside of last year. According to DraftSharks.com, which is a good website that really just sums up an injury history of a player and gives a percentage based on their data of whether this guy is going to get re-injured or not. And according to this algorithm, Daniel Jones has a 61% chance to get injured in 2023, which is in the upper echelon of a very high injury risk. Why is it so high? In 4 years, Daniel Jones has had 7 injuries in the NFL, and he's had one significant injury that is a non-NFL injury. In 2019 at Duke, when he was playing Northwestern, he fractured his shoulder. Now, Daniel Jones is a really tough guy, and he ended up playing through this injury. He only missed about 2 weeks because of this injury, but nonetheless, he did get injured. So in the NFL, he's had a high ankle sprain. He had a really bad hamstring strain, another ankle sprain, another hamstring strain that was re-aggravated from that previous one. The one that makes me really nervous is that 2021 Cowboys game where he had that egregiously bad concussion where he basically got KO'd. That was a really scary concussion that he did have. He had a neck strain. And last year, he did have an ankle sprain, but he ended up playing through that ankle sprain. So again, Daniel Jones is a really tough guy. I'm not questioning his toughness whatsoever. It's just his play style that kills me. His play style is so indicative of getting hurt. He's such a big body out there, and he is a mobile quarterback that likes to rely on his athletic traits and profile that he does possess. And to me, Daniel Jones is a guy who's so bad at avoiding hits. You look at Eli Manning, the franchise quarterback of the Giants of the last 20 years for the most part. Eli Manning was always healthy, and a reason Eli Manning was always healthy was the skill that he possessed of getting down before he got hit and avoiding hits. It's such an underrated skill in the NFL to avoid hits, and that's just not a skill that Daniel Jones possesses at the moment. All in all, I'm just extremely nervous about the Giants quarterback room going into 2023. I just see a potential disaster on our hands where the Giants just neglected the quarterback room. They did not bring in any other quarterbacks, basically, besides Tyrod Taylor and Daniel Jones. And Tyrod Taylor and Daniel Jones are two guys who you cannot trust to stay healthy for an entire season. Again, I'm not trying to hate on the Giants. I'm not a Giants fan, but I live near New York, and I like to see my local teams perform well. So this is coming out of an area of concern, not hate. Thanks for listening, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, are my worries about Tyrod Taylor and Daniel Jones' health warranted, or am I completely overreacting and looking way too deep into things? Thanks for listening, guys.